Linn Grant has won the Scandinavian Mixed tournament, which is a co-sanctioned event through the LET and DP World Tour. So we thought we'd dive straight into a swing analysis just to see why she's so highly thought of and what it is about a swing that just makes her so good. Straight into address, Linn Grant does have quite a strong left-hand grip, so she does set up with her hands well ahead of the ball, which I like, but the V's created on her left hand point up to her right shoulder, which is in quite a strong position given how far her hands are ahead of the ball. Her right hand sits really nicely on the club. I actually really like how her thumb and forefinger seem to pinch the club, which I think just gives people a little bit more control over the release and the club face at the bottom. I never like to see people like holding the club like they would a bat or a hammer with the thumb and forefinger separate. Now from down the line, just like everybody, her balance points are absolutely spot on. She does have quite a lot of hinge. She sort of is quite sat down, so that the line from her backside sort of sits quite a long way away from her heels, which may cause some issues later in the downswing, but we'll see how that goes. Now, Linn has the perfect takeaway for someone who slices the ball. So if you struggle with a fade or a slice and you sort of want to start working on your swing to get rid of that, then this is the takeaway that you should be copying. What we see in Linn's takeaway is her hands actually working in. So by the time the club gets to parallel, her hands have worked in away from that red line where her hands initially started. And her right arm has stayed very much on top of her left. So you can sort of see how her right hand really covers her left hand. And that gets the club face in a really, really closed position. So we know slicers struggle with an open club face. So this is the first reason why this is a great takeaway for slicers is because it just presets a shut face. We want the club face shut for as long as possible if you're a slicer. So why open it at all going back? As she takes the club away from the front, you get again you can just see how that right hand stays on top of the left. She has added some amount of wrist cock, which is getting the club more up in the air and is what keeps the club well outside of her hands in this first position. What we're going to see as Linn starts to move the club further into the backswing, the club stands up really steep, it stays really closed, and we get into this sort of halfway back position where the club is almost vertical to the ground. Again, this is a brilliant position for amateur golfers and slicers because of what happens next. So we see that she's got this full turn. Right arm is still well above the left arm. A full 90-degree wrist cock here, which I really like. There's just the club's well in balance there. There's not really anything gone wrong at this point or at all in the swing. So,
oh hey, you're still here. Thank you. So most of you guys watching this are not subscribers, and although the few subscribers that are watching this, thank you very much for being here, I could really do with the help. If you subscribe, like and comment, even if you think I'm stupid, that really boosts the engagement. It helps get this video out to more people and helps me grow. So anything you can do to help, that'd be great.
Now the reason I like this steep halfway back position is because of what it does to the club in transition. So as she rounds out to the top of her swing, she starts a downswing and the club then drops behind. So if I just draw some lines on the club to highlight this, you're going to see that shaft shallowing. So if you're a golfer who takes the shaft back and the club is very flat, it is very unlikely that you're going to shallow the shaft in the downswing just because of the momentum of the club. So if you're flat halfway back, the club then winds up to the top, and as you start down, it's going to pull steep. But if you're like Linn, you take the club back very steep. As you start down, the shaft will always generally shallow. It'd be very unusual to go from this sort of steep halfway back position and then hit a steep halfway down position. From the front, we're going to see that just like everybody, Linn starts down, she's got a good shift. You can sort of see that club dropping behind her, the hips are driving forwards, and she swings down and achieves that perfect long left arm straight down in the club. It was an absolute ball striker's dream. And that straight line from left arm to club face is amazing, but we don't really want that to happen until after the ball has gone. Otherwise, we're releasing too early. From behind, we now see club face is sort of squared up. We're now in a neutral position. We're beginning to see Linn's left side appearing now as she's rotating into the strike. What I like is how her hips are open, but the shoulders aren't quite as open. There should always be that little discrepancy between the hips and the shoulders, which just creates the lag and creates the power. We get into an impact there. There's that long left arm. Perfect release. And then up and through in balance. There's loads to copy in this swing. It's short, it's compact, it's mega powerful. Linn's one of the longest hitters, certainly on the LET. And it's just worth looking at if you're a fader of the ball and you want to get out of that. We should be looking at this takeaway as a really, really good anti-fade, anti-slice backswing. So right hand stays on top, club face stays closed, shaft gets really steep, and that just sets us into a position to where we can shallow it and then turn out through the shot knowing that we're not going to have a mega left path and we're going to hit the ball really solid.
Thanks very much for watching the videos. If you can please like and comment to boost the engagement, and subscribe if you don't already, that'd be great. If you like what I put out in these videos, you like what I say about technique, I can actually help you with your game no matter where you are in the world. So if you just want to click the link in the bio, it'll take you to Skillist, which is an online coaching platform, and there you can look to see what I do, and actually I can help you with your game. So analyze your swing, give you some drills and tips to help you improve, so we can work together to help you lower your handicap. But anyway, let's get back to the video.